Hi, Mike. How you doing, buddy? Checking out a new area today. Kind of rocky out here, but we might find a little bit of mud. Who knows? I'm not really trying to be real particularly quiet, so we can talk a little bit if you want to. Don't have real good signal, so I may lose you, but if I do, it'll reconnect. You doing okay today? Hi, Gator. How you doing, girl? We just out for a little walk today. Looking for some new areas to look for Bigfoot. Not much place to run up in here if you got to run from something, are they? Just this one trail. You can't run through that crap. How's Mama doing, Gator? Now, see, the thing about an area like this right here is he could be 25 feet in that crap and you'd never see him. You might smell him, but you'd never see him in that junk right there. I was hoping to find some areas that was maybe soft enough we could see some tracks, but even the creek is pretty well a bunch of rock in the creek, so. Quite a bit of water in the creek. It's just so rocky along the banks, you can't tell much about it. I'm glad she's better, Gator. You cherish your mama, because you ain't never alone till they're gone. I was 38 years old when I lost my dad. My mom died when I was a kid. And at 38 years old, I'd been all over the world. And that was the loneliest I ever was in my life. So you cherish your mama. When she wakes up, you tell her I said hi. I'm going to dedicate today's walk for your mama. It is pretty out here. For sure. Look how thick that is. I mean, you can't see anything in that. You know, if he was there, you couldn't see him. I went out and wore her out, did you? Well, it happens. She's older. And you ain't spring chickens neither. I know how it is to get worn out quickly. I've been working at my old house today, the one I moved out of a couple of years ago. I'm trying to get it straightened out where I can sell it. And I worked for a while today, and I decided to come play for a while. So here I am. I started the live cam this morning, and I really haven't been around a whole lot to do anything with it. Well, you're welcome, Gator. You take care of your mama now. She's all you got. You know, when she's gone, there ain't no more going to take her place. Of course, now I have to admit, we bought this new house, and there's a lady that's a little bit younger than my mama would be if she was still alive. Lives next door. She's about 80, and She kind of adopted me when I moved in there. And I call her mom, and she makes sure that I got a gift for my birthday, and she makes sure I'm taken care of. She calls me every day and checks on me to make sure I'm okay. And, you know, if I'm around outside, she'll come out and talk to me for a while. But my mom died when I was pretty young, so I don't remember her much, but it wasn't such a great life. She didn't care much about me, so. But that's okay. Definitely a pretty area up in here, though. That old house ain't worth much, Gator. You don't want to live there. It ain't worth much. That's right. Not in a real good neighborhood. Not like the neighborhood you live in. It's a small neighborhood, but I mean, I was there a couple of nights ago, and I had my four-wheeler chained up to my camper, and I was in the camper, and somebody tried to steal my four-wheeler, and while I was in the camper, I heard the chain rattling, and I got up. Of course, they ran, but not a good neighborhood. You don't want to live there. Trust me. But how's everything going today, Mike? Look at this area, guys. Absolutely how thick it is in here. You can't see much of anything. I mean, there could be a bear in that. There could be a deer. It could be Bigfoot. You know, something got that old blue jay all excited over there. Probably me, but, you know, something got him excited. This is absolutely thick in here. It's a pretty area, pretty remote. Let's walk a little farther. Well, thanks for keeping an eye on the other live stream for me, Mike. I appreciate you guys. Today's one of those days I couldn't be real close, so I just started it and went and done my thing. Some days I can hang out in the woods, some days I can't. But I decided today I needed to come down here and check this out. I haven't been here for a while. And this is pretty remote. You fall out here, you probably ain't gonna find anybody for a while. This trail goes up this side of the creek. It comes back down the other side of the creek over there. And the other side over there was an old railroad track at one point. They pulled timber out of here back in the 1800s. And there's a little mountain up here they dug through. You can see where they dug through the mountain on that railroad track. Probably won't make it over there today, but it's pretty tough walking over there because they busted up a bunch of rock about as big as your fist and put it around the railroad ties. Then the railroad ties rotted out, and that rock has little holes in it where the ties were. It's kind of hard to walk on that junk. Oh yeah, got hit by a car, huh? Yeah, I hate to hear that. Hopefully he's okay. This is a small community. Ain't about 5,000 people live in this community, but there's a lot of drugs in that community. And, you know, drugs make people do stupid things. Kind of sad. Now, where I live at, I'm a little more remote than that. Not much goes on at my place, but the old house, there's quite a bit of stuff going on around there. When I lived there, I had a garage. And one day, the garage was right beside my house. I went from the garage into the house. And I come back out, and one of the local druggies was taking tools out of my garage, pitching them into the bushes. We could come back later and pick them up. You know, and that's the neighborhood. When you have to walk 25 feet, you have to lock your garage up. Not a good neighborhood, you know? Sad. So, you know, obviously I'm not going to tell whoever tries to buy it that. But, you know, it ain't a great place. House ain't great. The old house is about 100 years old. I just need to be done with it. I considered moving back there, but I think I'm better off if I just leave completely. You know, things ain't going well in my life at this point. So, maybe I can find some place a little more remote than where I'm at and continue my live streams. Who knows? you what, this is a tough one. An old man's walking. Ain't really uphill, but it's just hard on an old fella. This creek goes up here and it makes a turn and comes back down the other side. And on that creek, where the little bridge is up here, I don't know if you guys know what a, where you gonna go, Gator? Okay, Gator. Or Mike, I'm sorry, Mike's leaving, I'm sorry. See you later, Mike. Oh. All right. So where did you guys go today, Gator? I swear it's cold, but it sounds like a rattlesnake. Huh. I mean, it ain't that cold. It could be out, I guess. But it got down about 40 degrees last night. I wouldn't think the snakes would be out. But it sure sounded like one over there rattling in the bushes. Don't need to get hit with a snake up in here. We're going to stay on the path. Continue on around. I see a squirrel over there. Oh, you like thrift stores, do you? Yeah, Tammy likes those too. She gets quite a bit of stuff out of the ones here. She was in one here, it's been a year or so ago. And they had some kind of makeup or something that she bought, new in the package, for a couple of dollars. And she ended up selling it for like $100 on eBay. Some kind of special makeup. I don't know much about it, but she made pretty good on that one. I think she gave $3 for it. I don't see any tracks along the creek anywhere. A lot of rock in the creek bottom, but it's a little better on the sides now. I can't tell much about it. I don't want to fall in it because it's kind of chilly. So I'm going to skip getting down close, but well, if she likes it, that's all that matters. You know, your mama is not the same person she was back years ago. And obviously it's hard to tell what's on her mind, but if she enjoys it and it eases her mind, then you let her do it. You know? And nothing wrong with that. I got a brother that has dementia. He ain't the same brother I had back years ago, but at least I still got my brother, I guess. Of course, we don't get along too good, or didn't get along too good. I caught him with my first wife, so we ain't really buddies, but I pity the fact that he, got dementia, but he don't even know who I am most of the time when I see him. Hey, look, it's starting to open up some. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely. Where's everybody from today? Nobody wants to talk?